Hello my dear students, hope you all are fine today. Today once again I welcome you to my class. We are going to learn chapter 17, Forests. Students, you all know how a forest looks like and what is a forest. In short, we can say a forest is an area of a land, covered with large number of trees. Long time ago, at the time of our forefathers, man lived in forests and met all his needs. That means whatever man needs for its survival, they are able to get it by living in the forest itself. But right at present, we know that we all live in towns and villages far away from the forests. So, living in the towns and villages, we now can imagine that if we go and live in a forest, we won't be able to fulfill the forest won't be able to fulfill the needs that we have at present. But it is not true at all. A forest, even though right at present is not able to fulfill our needs, but it provides us with many things that we are using it at present. In our class, we are going to learn all the things that forest provides us, and besides all the needs that provides us, it also helps in maintaining or playing a very important role in the environmental balance. So first, let us learn about the things that forests provides us. It provides us a means of livelihood for the tribals and many others living nearby the forests. People depend on forests for firewood and the food that they need. They collect many different types of things like honey, fruits, leaves, tubers, roots, and even they hunt animals and birds for taking as a meat. They use forests as a grazing grounds for the animals and build their homes with the bamboos they get from the forests. They make different types of items like baskets, mats out of bamboo, can, leaves, and the grasses they get from the forests. So, as you have learnt that forest provides us many things, let us learn about timber and paper. This timber is a wood that we get from the trees of the forest. So getting this timber, we use it for making houses, furniture, boards, bridges, sports goods, chairs, matchsticks, etc., and many other things. Out of paper, we know this paper we get it from bamboo, grasses and coniferous trees like firs and fruits. We used to make different types of papers, and also out of these papers we make different types of books and many other things. Talking about the medicinal plants that we get from the forest, there are many different types of trees which are used for medicinal purposes. Quinine, you all know, is a medicine which is used for curing malaria. Is made out from the bark of cinchona trees. Morphine is again another medicine which is always used to relieve pain. It also comes from the poppy plant. Neem, amla, tulsi, eucalyptus, these are again some other medicinal plants, which are always used by us every now and then. Tulsi, as you know, is also used as a household remedy for coughs and colds. Eucalyptus oil is used for making balms, wigs, and many other things. Likewise, many different types of medicinal plants we are able to get it from the forests. Rubbers, resins, gums, and oils, these are again some other things that we get from the forest. Rubber we get from the rubber trees. Resins, which are used for making paints and varnishes, we get it from the forests. Gums that we get from the trees like babul and kikar. It is all used for making different things. Likewise, we get many different types of things from the forest. That is why we say that forest helps us in many ways. Now, the other part of the other side of the forest that is besides fulfilling the needs that we get from the forest, okay, that is to maintain the environmental balance. So let us learn how forest helps in playing the role of maintaining an environmental balance. Firstly, we know that because of the forest, what happens? There is a balance of gases in the atmosphere. That is, it helps in maintaining a balance of gases. It takes up a large amount of carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, it checks up the rise in the proportion of carbon dioxide in the air due to the human activities like burning fuels. We know we the humans, we run industries, factories, and we even burn different types of fuels. And because of all such human activities, what happens is that the level of carbon dioxide in the air keeps on increasing day by day. So it is because of the forest that it checks up the rise of the proportion of carbon dioxide gas in the atmosphere and helps in maintaining a balance in the gases. Okay. The second thing is that forest helps in maintaining environmental balance is it helps in checking out pollution. Like this forest, it absorbs thousands of tons of dust and other pollutants from the atmosphere. It absorbs noise and protects us from noise pollution. And so it is said that this forest, it acts as a barrier against the wind that blows throughout the nature. The third thing that forest helps in maintaining the environmental balance is protecting the soil. We know a forest is covered with large number of trees, and because of the presence of trees, the soil does not get a chance to get eroded. Okay, the roots of the trees binds the soil and save them from being washed away or blown away by the wind. The leaves of the trees even protect the soil beneath from the direct impact of rain pouring over them. So in this way, what happens is that this forest also helps in protecting the soil. And lastly, but not the least, we can see floods and droughts. These are the things which are controlled by the forests. Okay, floods and droughts can be controlled by the forests. How it controls floods or droughts? When mountains lose their forest cover, rain water, it rushes down very fast. This makes the rivers in the plains fill up suddenly. So if we cut down all the trees of the forest, what will happen? The mountainous regions will lead to runoff of rainwater, and the water bodies nearby it will get filled up very soon. So as a result, floods may take place. So what happens is that if we stop having deforestation in mountainous regions, what will happen? It will help to stop floods to some extent. It will slow down the flow of water and helps control floods, as well as helps from a condition known as drought, that is total dryness. Okay. And lastly, this forest, it also helps in maintaining the environmental balance by bringing rainfall and bringing down the temperature. That means forest always attracts rainfall. A place where there is a forest, it always helps to give rainfall in the place. Okay. And if a place doesn't have a forest, then what will happen? That place hardly gets rainfall. Likewise, we can take the example of the desert regions like Sahara and all. It hardly gets rainfall throughout the year because of no forests. Okay. Now we are going to discuss another topic, that is a natural habitat. We know a habitat is a place where an organism lives by nature. Okay, and is able to get all its needs living in that habitat. We know a forest is a habitat of wild animals. A fish is adapted to live in water. That means the fishes are having a habitat of water. Okay. Likewise, all the organisms living in this world, they are interdependent to each other. A single tree in a forest helps many different types of organisms. Birds build their nests in monkeys and squirrels find shelters. Birds, monkeys, squirrels, and others feed on fruits and seeds. Likewise, each and every organism found in a forest, they are interlinked with each other, and because of the process of interlinked with each other, by the process of eating and being eaten up, they form a complex chain that is known as food chain. Okay, so if there is a beauty in the interlinking, there is also a danger. If any one of the organisms which are interdependent in this habitat amongst all the organisms goes missing, what will happen? It will affect the life of many other organisms in that very habitat. Nextly, we are going to discuss the topic deforestation. Students, we all know that if there is no forest, then what will happen to the organisms living in the forest? It will affect the life of many organisms, not only the human beings, even the insects, the birds, the other animals living in the forest. Okay, and it may also bring imbalance in the environmental level. Okay, so when we destroy forests, we deprive animals of food and shelter, deprive the natural food. They often enter villages, neighboring forests, and cause destruction or threaten the villagers. Similarly, jackals, hyenas, wolves, panthers, they may enter the villages, kill farm animals, and even attack the people sometimes. Okay, deforestation also leads to floods and droughts, decrease in rainfall, and also increase the temperature, and also lead to soil erosion, increase in the level of carbon dioxide, and dust and other pollutants in the air are happen to be seen due to deforestation. Okay, the destruction of forests also leads to loss of plants and animals, and sometimes it happens that an particular animal living in a habitat goes totally missing in that place, okay, or stops existing altogether. At that time, we use the term extinct. We say that that animal, the very animal, has got extinct in that place. For example, the one-horned rhinoceros or the cheetahs, okay, are no more found in India. Okay, they are extinct. Now we are going to discuss another topic, that is the Delhi Reach. It's a case study. If you look at the history regarding the reach, it extends over 78 kilometers square, was originally a forest of kikar trees and thorny bushes. According to all records, Firoz Shah Tughlaq, he planted hundreds of trees in these forests, and he used this forest as a hunting ground. The British people at that very time, okay, they also planted several types of trees, and by 1940s the area was covered with a dense vegetation with different types of animals like leopards, wolves, jackals, and wild bears. But at present state, in 1996, what happened is that under the pressure from the citizens and NGOs, the government declared the reach as a reserve forest, but this has not stopped people from destroying the forests. The reach is shrinking fast as roads are being constructed through it and trees are being cleared to make rooms for hotels and shopping malls. So, due to the deforestation taking place at the Delhi Reach, okay, there we happen to see increasing air pollution, dumping of garbage affecting the plants and animals. Likewise, many other impacts we happen to get it. There are only squirrels, hares, skunks, monkeys, mongoose, fruits, lizards, and several types of insects we get. However, the forest has a great variety of plants and nearly 200 different types of birds. What is the importance of this Delhi Reach is that this Delhi Reach is often called as the green lung of Delhi because it absorbs thousands of tons of pollutants and replenishes the oxygen supply to the city. But at present, it is no more called as the green lung of Delhi because of excess pollution. On the greatest importance of the city is the reach capacity to hold rainwater. This is already read, helps to recharge groundwater. The reach is also a place where scientists can study plants and animals, and it's also considered as a watcher's paradise and a place the residents can study for relaxation and a breath of fresh air where people can go and have fresh air. My dear students, hope you all have got catch up with the topics that I've discussed. If you have any queries, please contact me every night. I shall make you clarify your doubts. So with this, the chapter gets over. Thank you. Have a nice day.